All right. Let's see what we have going on tonight. All right. What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, you have seen the thumbnail and the title to this video. So tonight, let's get into a little bit of Mega Live. I get a lot of questions from you guys wanting to know what I think about it, how it's working out for me. There's a lot of questions about how to get your unit set up, and also a lot of people saying that, to them, it just doesn't seem like it's working out. So let's just dive into that a little bit tonight and see what we can do. See, just see if we can get a consensus on that, and maybe just figure out a few things to, just get it right, get everybody out there on the water to have a little bit a better experience with it. All right, so as always, as you guys come into the live stream, please hop into the comment section. Just let me know who's checking in for tonight. Just drop a comment in there, and also let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay, everything looks good, sounds good. Just hit a 1 in the chat if everything looks good, sounds good. And as always, we'll just give guys a few minutes to kind of stroll in before we get started. But like I said, for tonight, we will be going over the Mega Live system. So we will go over a few things of, why guys are saying it's just quite, just not working out for them. Just see what we can do about that. So we'll go over that. Then I will pull up a little bit of footage, show you some on the water footage, and we can just discuss that a little bit. And once that is done, I can pull some of you guys up if you want to come up and kind of, just share your information, your experience, and things like that with your Mega Live system on the water. If you're having any issues, go ahead and drop that information down in the comment section. There's a lot of guys that subscribe to my channel that are very familiar with it that may be able to help you out. Getting a lot of messages coming in here. Let me go ahead and turn that down just a little bit. But yeah, so if you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, make sure you get active down in the comment section. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Also, always read the description, guys. If there's any discounts on any products or anything like that, there's links in the description that can help you out. And I have a lot of good sales and things that are going to be coming up. So I'll put discount links in the description also. And the other thing, the comments. Get active in the comments, guys. There's a lot of people that subscribe to my channel that are looking to help each other out. So you never know. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, always get active in the comment section. And we have a few guys that are pulling in. Let's see who we have for this evening. We have Nate. All right, we have Nate checking in. So he is a longtime subscriber. Really appreciate you coming in and continuing to support the channel. And Nate says, let's see. Oh, yeah. Can't wait for this one. All right. So, yeah, Nate, he is out there catching those crappie with his live system. So I think he's trying to convert over to bass. Is that what's going on? So, hey, we'll see. We'll see. But, yeah, if you have any comments, questions, or anything, make sure you stay active in the comment section. And let's get into that. We also have, let's see who else we have checking in. We have Jay Rogers Outdoors, still learning mine, but love it so far. Okay, all right, there we go. Love it so far. So yeah, so we have we have a few different opinions and things like that, and different experiences that people have had. Let's see who else we have coming in for the night. Just want to give a few shout outs, guys. So we have, let's see, who is this? One More Fish. Hey, I like that name. We always need just one more fish, just one more cast, one more cast. All right, so One More Fish, he says, let me see. I'm one of the suckers who bought into the whole Mega Live circus. I've had nothing but headaches. Ooh, okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what is going on with that. So yeah, just just give us a little more insight down in the comment section. Maybe it is something that we may be able to, just figure out and just come up with some resolutions to some of those issues. I know there are some guys that are having some legitimate issues. So we may get into that a little bit also. So I have 3 things that I wanted to go over. And then, like I said, we will hop into the on the water footage and just kind of give you guys my experience with it and how I have been using it, how I set my screens up, and pretty much what I'm looking for whenever I'm out there on the water using it. All right. So appreciate that comment. Appreciate that. And we also have Shimano Shane. What is going on? Good to have you coming back. Good to have you back. All right, so he says, I am here for the comments. All right, guys. Let's get active down in the comment section, as always. All right. Uh-oh, and who is this? We have Michael Jenkins. Yo, what's going on? All right. I know a lot of you guys watched the live stream last night. We had a great time. Let's try to do that again tonight and also learn a little something, share some information, and maybe help each other out. Because I know some guys are kind of out there struggling. So we might be able to share some information that will, kind of help the guys out. All right, so let me see. One more fish says, I can't tell you how many times Humminbird provided special software updates and secret decoder rings that is supposed to make this product the next best thing. I can't wait to go to Garmin. Ooh, I don't know about that, man. You don't want to go to Garmin yet. I mean, let's just take a look into it. Let's dive into it a little bit tonight and see what we can come up with. All right, so who else do we have here? Rufus Johnson. I'm ready to get back. Uh-oh, there we go. Rufus Johnson. He is somebody that was a member of the club, one of my early on mentors to the club. He was a co-angler, so I learned a lot of the co-angling side of it from him. Really appreciate you stepping into the live stream and supporting the channel. Really appreciate it, and good to see you. All right, and let's see. Let's go ahead and hit one more on here. We have Jason Fullen says issues until switch to proper wiring. What do you think about that? Issues until switch to proper wiring. That might be a little something that we discussed during this live stream, guys. So I don't want to make this one too long. I know it's a Wednesday night. People have some things to do. But like I said, let's get into it, have a little bit of fun, share some information. You guys get active down in the comment section. And let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I think that is all the comments. All right. So, and then finally, last but not least, if any of you guys want to come up, I think I did mention that. Let me go ahead and put this link in the chat. So if anyone wants to come up, make sure you are cammed up. And once I go through the video portion of it, then I can pull a few of you guys up. If you have any specific questions or anything like that, make sure you go ahead and put any questions and things like that in the comment section, because there may be someone in there that may be able to answer those for you. And that will be very helpful. But let me hold on one second. Just bear with me. All right, just dropping that link in there. Maybe we'll have our little partner Chicken Hawk come back up here again. You never know. You never know with Chicken Hawk. All right, so let me just drop that in there so you guys can see it. All right, so like I said, just hit the one real quick in the chat if you guys can hear me okay, see me okay, everything looks good, sounds good. Just give me a 1 in the chat, and then we will go ahead and get things rolling. All right, let's see. All right, so we have Red Boat. Been listening the last 2 weeks. Lawrence, man. All right, there we go. Hey, as long as you got that live imaging out there, you're part of the family. So, yeah, I mean, what we do here, whether you have Lawrence, Garmin, or Humminbird, we're just looking to get better on the water. There's a lot of guys that, they're kind of figuring the systems out. And you never know, you may get a few tips and everything that, that's kind of can be cross-referenced to whatever brand that you have. So, like I said, we're here to help each other out. Live imaging, it just adds a little bit more excitement out on the water. All right, let's see who else we have. We have Bottom Line Outdoors. Thanks for the advice on boats. I got a 210 Skeeter ZX 200. Whoa, okay. Hey, so that's great. I mean, wasn't that just yesterday we were talking about the boat and you already got it today, or was that someone else? But I mean, hey, that's great. Congratulations on that. So 2010 ZX 200. All right, nice boat. Skeeters are some nice boats. Really, really, really good thing. Good deal. Good deal. All right, so Rufus Johnson says he can hear me okay, see me okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the sentiment is for some, and including, it looks like, let's see, who was that up here? One more fish. Man, we got to help one more fish out. We got to get some things done. But yeah, so one more fish says that he has been having some issues with his Mega Live system. So like I said, there are some people that have had some legitimate electronics issues or electrical issues. Well, not electrical issues, but just issues with the units themselves. Because with any electronics type product, there are going to be some units that just have some defects to those. But for the most part, from what I've been hearing, people have been having a great experience with sending their units back in, or even calling the Humminbird customer support. I actually keep them on speed dial. So whenever I'm out on the lake, if I run into something, or there could just be something that I want to figure out or just learn right there on the spot, I will go ahead and give them a call while I'm fishing. get a lot of good and helpful people on the phone, and they're always, you know, to me, very knowledgeable. That has been my experience. Of course, somebody may have, you know, have a little bit of different experience, but I would say for the most part, that has been my experience with it. So I would say that is one of the number one things. But okay, so as far as the issues, whenever someone's saying, "Man, that Mega Live, I'm getting out of here. I'm done. I'm going to Garmin. I'm going to Lowrance," or "Hey, I'm just not going to use live imaging at all." One of the things that I have found out, guys, and I will put there's probably already a link in the description, is how did you set that unit up? Did you set that unit up yourself, or did you have it professionally installed? In a lot of the forums, I see very basic questions that if you, it kind of gives you an indication that the person definitely did not read the manual whenever they installed that unit. Um, some of the basic and main things that they say during the installation, as far as using the fuse, using the correct gauge wire, those type of things. I've seen people saying that, yeah, I used what was it, like 12 or 14 gauge wire, like some thin gauge wire, and whatever the wiring that they were used, it was outside of the specifications that is listed right in the manual. So I would say the number one thing is, how did you connect your system? And like I said, I put a link in the description that walks through how I completely set mine up. I ran mine myself. I used believe it was 8 gauge wire that I ran from the battery all the way to a fuse panel. So that fuse panel I connected directly to well, not directly, but in the rod locker up towards the front of the boat, so I would not have to make long runs to any of the units or any of the equipment that I have up front. And that was ran with 8 gauge wire to that fuse panel. And the fuse panel itself, I'll put a link in the description if anybody's interested in taking a look at that. That was very helpful for me, because anytime a fuse blows or anything like that, it has some indicators on there that will let you know that fuse is inactive and you need to replace it. I also put a link to let you guys be able to just click on that and buy some extra fuses. You definitely want extra fuses, because you don't want to be out of commission on the water and it's something as simple as a fuse, and the wrong size fuse is the only thing that you have to replace it, which could lead to some type of shortage or something with your system. So you don't want to run into that. Always want to have extra fuses. But what I would say, guys, is that number one thing is to make sure you follow through the manual. Don't always rely on the forums, YouTube videos, or anything like that. You can trust, but always verify. You want to make sure that as soon as someone says something that's kind of out of line with what is in that manual, you yourself have already read that, and you know exactly what is in there and how things should be connected properly. Because like I said, I see a lot of guys asking questions after the fact, and the question that they're asking pretty much lets you know that they did not read the manual and they have used the wrong gauge wire. They have just done something incorrect that did not follow the manual. So always do that, guys. The second thing I would say that leads to a lot of issues, as far as whenever people are doing updates, it's pretty much the same thing. Follow those update steps step by step. Make sure you read those. Don't just follow along in a YouTube video where someone may or may not just follow all of the steps correctly. As far as, there's a part in there where it says disconnect everything from that unit before you update. Did you do that? Some people don't. What kind of problem could or might that cause? I don't know. I don't want to find out the hard way, because as you know, that alert that comes on there says that if you do this improperly, you're going to have to send your unit in to Humminbird. If you have a tournament coming up on Saturday and you're trying to do this on a Wednesday, will you get your unit back by Friday? Kind of tough, guys. So I don't want to take that chance. Trust, but verify again on that. All right. So the other thing, let me see, what was that other thing? Okay. And then also with the update. So let's say you have 4 units on your boat, and of course you only have 1 Mega Live transducer. You will update the unit itself. So each one of those units will get an update on it. So you update each unit depending on which version and model that you have. And then for the Mega Live transducer, let's say you're going from version 1.150 to 1.170, you run that update once through one of those units. It doesn't matter which one it is, as long as it is one that is compatible with that Mega Live system, that G3N or G4N system. I have had some people that actually ran the update for the Mega Live system 4 times because they were thinking that they had to run the Mega Live transducer firmware update on each one of those units. I don't know what type of system what type of issue that may or may not cause, but someone that was familiar with electronics in one of our live streams, they did mention that sometimes something like that can corrupt some type of information or files or something like that within the system. So it's always something to think about. Just make sure that you have a good understanding and read those instructions. And anytime that you're having any questions or anything, don't hesitate to call customer support. I know I do. And guys, I am just a fisherman, just like you guys. I mean, I just go out on the water, spend time on the water with the electronics. So I'm just sharing my experience. And again, everybody may not have the same experience, but hopefully I can give you some information that will help you out. There's my subscribers in the comment section during the live streams. And also, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you always read the comments, because there's more than likely somebody that has had the same experience that you have, and they may have come up with a solution through working with support or figured it out on their own. And that may be the thing that, is a game changer for you. All right. So finally, last but not least, and this is what we're going to get into in the video. I've talked to a lot of guys that actually do not know how to read the Mega Live screen itself. So I would say that is something that we can definitely work on, guys. If you have that system set up and everything, but you're just looking at it, you can't get it dialed in. You're seeing information and things on the screen, but you're not really familiar with what it is that you're looking at. Is that fish? Is that structure? Is that cover? Is that just some type of distortion on the screen? How are you reading that? And are you able to determine what are fish and what are not fish? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the video in just a second. Let me just go ahead and pull up a few more comments in here, just see if anyone else has jumped in here. All right, so let's see. So we have, all right, some more people coming in. Byron Jeffries, good to see you. Good to have you back. Tried to talk my fiance into getting me a Lowrance Active Target for a wedding gift. She wasn't having that. Oh, man. Yeah, man, it seems like you haven't been doing enough foot rubs and flowers and all that good stuff, man. I mean, hey, hop in the comment section. The guys in there, they can give you some tips, man. You just got to work on it a little bit. You just can't come out cold turkey and say, hey, let me drop a few thousand on this live images so I can catch a few fish. That doesn't always work. All right, so let's see who else we have. All right, we have S. Jord. Appreciate you stopping in, aka okay, the Maz. Okay, how are you? I'm doing all right. Really appreciate you stopping in and supporting the live stream, supporting the channel. All right, and let's see who else we have. One more fish. Freezing, much less being able to see my bait. Support has been very good, though. I'm sending my unit in tomorrow. All right, so hopefully they will get that taken care of for you. So I'm pretty sure that you're aware of that. I know there was a 2.76 update that seemed to help a lot of people that were having that freezing issue. I don't know if that was with Solix units, Helix units, but I saw a lot of guys, they sent that out during the beta version of that. And for the most part, everyone that I saw, they said that it did end that freezing issue. So it's possible that if you haven't tried that, that may work. But if you're sending it in, they should be able. I would think that they should be able to get that taken care of for you, because they have access to all of those updates and everything there. So hopefully, just keep me updated. I'm interested to see how you get that taken care of and how things turn out. All right, and then one more fish says Bass Cat did rigging. All right, there you go. So yeah. So, and then also, even when you have it done professionally, it's good to have an idea and have read through that manual yourself. So whenever you're asking questions like, what did this wire go to? What gauge wire did you use? Did you use a C harness? You know what I mean? So C clear. I think it was C clear harness or something like that. So did you use, did they use that? Like, how did they hook it up? Because I would say all companies that connect these systems are not equal. So some of them are a little better than others, because it's based on that person that is actually hooking up your system and what type of process they have in place for that. All right. Whoa. Okay. There you go. That answers that question. Bass Cat uses 6 gauge wire. Okay. So hey, Bass Cat knows what they're doing. Nice boats, fast boats. All right. Bass Cats. I looked at those before I picked mine up. All right. So we have Phoenix 250 says early models like mine grounding wire was not exposed. That will cause tons of issues if not grounded properly. There you go, guys. That, I would say, is another thing that a lot of people did not do. And I am one of them. I did not connect that that ground wire. Actually, it's drain. I think it was the drain wire is what it was called, but I did not connect that at first. I did go back and connect it later, but even when it was not connected, I never ran into any issues with that. So all right, kind of looked ahead in the comments. Somebody caught me off guard, but yeah, so I didn't hook that up until later. It did not cause any issues for me as far as I could see, but I went ahead and got that taken care of. Everything is connected correctly now, and like I said, it's working good for me right now. All right, so let's see who we have here. People. We have some problems. We have some problems on deck. We have Chicken Hawk. He always comes in here, you know, tries to disturb the peace a little bit. You know, we're in here trying to have a good time, trying to learn some things. And here comes Chicken Hawk. Let's see what he has to say. Foot rub, says the Candy Man. Now we can't get into that. That's kind of an inside, but maybe an outside joke. Some of you guys might get that, but yeah. So yeah, you got to definitely give those foot rubs before you go asking for a boat or a few $1,000s on this on these electronics and things like that. All right, so one more fish says, yep, 2.76. All right, so you already tried that. All right, so yeah, so you're stepping through it. So hopefully that will be taken care of. If you said you're sending it in tomorrow, so maybe you have it back by, say, Saturday, Monday, something like that. Yeah, definitely hit me back up in the comments. And actually, let me put this banner down here so you guys can see my Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram or something like that. Just shoot me an update. Real interested to and also, what type of setup do you have? What type of units is it? Helix, Apex, Solix? What type of setup do you have? All right. Oh man, you're quick. Helix units, sir. All right, there we go. So you have some Helix units, and you say, however, I wouldn't say professionally done. Okay, hey, so that's the thing. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. It's kind of like a box of chocolates sometimes. But all right, so that's that, guys. And let me go ahead and pop that link in there again. I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with the video. And basically with the video, let me go ahead and pull this up, guys. What we're going to do with that is, let me see, here we go. All right, so what we're going to do with the video, these are just different clips from different lakes at different times. So I think all of the images, the video clips that you're going to see, they're going to be either 1.150 or the update to 1.170. But along the way, you know, I was figuring everything out the best I could, and I was just working with what I had. So that is kind of the theme with it for me, guys. I just try to, you know, basically whatever I'm dealt with, I pretty much just will run with it and make the best out of it. All right, so let me go ahead and get this started. And another thing, keep in mind, guys, I'm out here on the water. Sometimes there's water splashing on these screens. I try to keep them clean, Nate. I try to keep them clean, but there's always water that's splashing on here. Sometimes there may be a little glare from the sun, but just kind of bear with me and just try to focus on the information that we need to gather from that screen. All right, so I'm going to play the clip and then I'll pause it. And if you guys have any questions or anything, you can pop that down in the comment section and I'll kind of answer the questions as we're going along. All right, so here we go. All right, hold on one second. All right, it looks like I may have, let's see, removed it from the stream. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me just reload that. It will just take maybe about 2 minutes for me to pull this back up. Let me just remove this one out of here. I'm just gonna take this out and just reload it real quick. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Mega Live. You can kind of see that same structure. There you go. You see the fish in there moving around. Just got to get them out of there. I got pulled down in there and broke off. It was a decent fish. Didn't get a chance to see it, but wish I had got that one to the boat. But there you go, guys. If any of you guys are interested in seeing what kind of cover and structure. All right, so let me pause that right there and just go back a little bit. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, so basically from that clip, what I was wanting to show you is what I'm looking at. You can take a look at the clarity of the screen. For me, like I always tell you guys, for me, once I'm out on the water, as far as trying to spend the time to get everything dialed completely in to where the image is just straight crisp and clear, sometimes I do that. But looking at this image right here, I can tell you that I spend a little bit more time getting everything dialed in because it doesn't have any of the interference or anything like that. But a lot of times what you will see is I will change my settings to where there is interference on the screen, because as long as I can determine what are the fish, what is the cover, what is the structure, and see those fish moving around, that is what I'm looking for. So a lot of times I will turn everything up and make it hot. And what I mean by that, everything will glow a lot more on the screen, and it may have a little bit more noise. I would say noise on the screen, but I can tell through spending a lot of time on the water what is the noise and what are the fish that I need to look at. So looking at this image right here, I can just tell that I did spend a little bit more time. Fish didn't get a chance. Just mute that real quick. So you can see that fish right above that. And I would say that's probably some type of brush piles or something down under that water. But I'll go ahead to the next clip now, and let's just see what I have to say. On the 360, this entire area right here is what I'm fishing. And on my Mega Live, all I'm doing is just panning from left to right and just seeing different areas and seeing some of those fish move around down there. And then once I see the fish, I'll kind of cast over to it and see if I can get them to bite. Decent day, guys, but take a look at that. Doesn't that imaging look great? Gotta love it, guys. Gotta love it. All right, so that was pretty much the same thing. So I'm using my 360. Let me fix that. Okay, so I'm using my 360 in conjunction with the Mega Live system. So right there, I'm pretty much sitting right on top of the cover that I'm trying to fish and locate those fish out of. And yesterday, I did receive a question during that live stream. Someone was asking about how far I can track my bait out. So I do have a little bit of that footage that will be coming up just shortly. But like I said, if you guys have any questions while you're looking at these images, the video clips, just go ahead and make sure you hop in the comment section and ask away, and we'll see what we can come up with, guys. All right, so let's go ahead to that next clip. Sonar, so for you guys who do not have live imaging, whenever you're seeing stuff like that on the screen, that's pretty much what it translates into. And let me just show you real. I just had a fish tap it. And this was during a tournament, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Bait coming up right there, and they're following it up. This is drop shot, guys. Looking at that sonar, you can see those fish moving up, and I'm moving it around, letting those fish follow it. Fish are going down with it. But look at that right there. All right, so that one right there. Right now, just pause that real quick. All right, so what I was looking at on that is I use my live imaging with my sonar side by side on that screen, and you can kind of see the depths are a little off right there. So a lot of times, if I have my my live imaging set to 30 feet, I will set my sonar to the same. So both of those will be side by side as far as the bottom. And it makes it a little easier to kind of read it and track your bait. So as I'm dropping the bait down on the sonar side, I'm also able to see it on the live imaging side. So the same way I can see those fish in the RTS window moving, I can see them even if they move away from the direct area in that RTS window. On live imaging, I'm able to kind of track them a little bit more around the boat and keep my eye on those fish. And if I need to pitch out my drop shot or something a little bit, you know, it kind of helps me out with that. But just want you guys to kind of take a look at the clarity of the screen. Just see if you can differentiate between the fish, the cover, the structure. And sometimes there will be noise on the screen because, like I said, when I run from place to place or different lakes, I may not take the time to go ahead and get everything completely dialed in, because my concern is being able to get out there, catch fish, get back to the scales, and, you know, just make the most out of the time that I have on the water. And just want to say I really appreciate you guys dropping in to the live stream. Please make sure you hit the like button on the way in. It really does help support the channel. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this next clip. All right, so here we go, guys. And let's see. You guys must just be checking out the screens and the images right now, because nobody's active in the chat.
There we go. So again, I have persistence mode on. That's what that purple haze is. And I just use that to let me kind of differentiate the fish from the structure. So for instance, like you can see that moving right there, that's the fish, and they're inside of that brush pile and they're kind of moving around right now.
All right, let me pause that one. All right, so pretty much the same thing, guys. I was probably about 10 feet away from that brush pile, and what I would do is a lot of times I would move directly on top of those, depending on what lake it is. As you guys know, if you fish Lake Lanier, those fish are kind of finicky. I think they can hear the clicking from the sonar, so getting directly over them does not always work. So sometimes you have to pull off of them, and that is great for that live imaging, because you're able to pull off of those fish and not kind of spook them as easily. But with that screenshot, what I wanted you guys to see is how you can get it dialed in and be able to see if it's submerged timber, submerged trees, or anything like that. You can kind of get that unit dialed in and just pan left and right, and just get everything to where you need it in order to identify those fish. All right, so let's go ahead and pull it back up again and go to this next clip. I think there may be 2 or 3 more of them, guys. All right, let's see. Let's just take a look over here real quick. I see a few guys have some questions. So we have Stephen Walden says, how long does it usually take to make on the water adjustments? All right, so one of the things I always tell you guys, that is a great question. How long does it take? For me, I can make my on the water adjustments pretty fast. And what I've always suggested to guys whenever I was doing the tutorials earlier in the year is spend some time on your units whenever they're in the garage, or you can get a module that will allow you to connect the unit inside your house. Just plug the module into the wall, and you can turn your units on and just kind of practice going through the different settings. Make sure you have your shortcuts set up to where you can go from screen to screen very quickly, and also know where you need to go in the settings, so that you can, if you need to adjust the sensitivity, contrast, or anything like that, you're able to hit the buttons that you need to get to that immediately. Because what you will find is, if you are not very familiar with going in and being able to make your adjustments quickly, whenever you're in that tournament, guys, if you have been up late, maybe you haven't been eating while you're on the water or I'm drinking water, guys. but yeah, so staying hydrated, you start kind of losing energy. And so if you have to put in a little extra effort to remember what screen to go to, you may not take the time to reach down and make those adjustments, and to where you adjust your sensitivity, contrast, or what you need to see to maximize your time at that moment. And that will be detrimental in a lot of cases. So you want to make sure that you can quickly access the things that you need. So just practice at home. So how long does it usually take to make on the water adjustments? I would say for me, less than 30 seconds, 15 seconds. It's pretty quick. So you just want to get familiar with the screens and the adjustments that you make most often, and just know right offhand which buttons you need to hit to get there quickly. Got to do that quick. All right, so we have Shimano Shane. What is going on? Good to have you back and joining the live stream. I fished with a young kid who was the boater at a Toyota series on Truman Lake last week, and the kid put on a clinic. Whoa, all right. Hey, there it goes. So he probably went straight from the couch on video games straight out to the lake on those electronics. All right. I love my birds, but my Mega Live is getting traded in for Garmin. Whoa. Uh-oh. So what was the difference? What did you see difference on that Garmin that is making you see differently between the Mega Live and the Garmin system? Because I fished with a friend of mine. He has Garmin. I've been on his boat, and yeah, I mean, to me, I didn't really see too much of a difference on that. But yeah, let me know your experience. Hop down and put it down there in the comment section. Let's see what is making you. What kind of clinic was it? Let's get a little more detail on that. All right, Dennis Williams says, do you have the new TargetLock on your boat? No, I do not have the new TargetLock on my boat yet, but that is something that I want to get. As I mentioned in one of my previous live streams, I for part of my Angler of the Year package for 2021, which we just had the banquet for that, where they passed out the awards. That was maybe just a few few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago. One of the things I received was a new G4N 10-inch Mega DI unit. I already have 4 units, so I do not need that one. So that one is for sale, guys, and I'm offering it at a great rate. So you guys that are having problems with locating electronics due to the shortage or anything like that, just make sure you hit me on my Instagram. It's scrolling across the bottom. It is still available. It is still available, guys. But I'm going to use those funds in order to get the TargetLock system once I get that sold. All right, so we have one more fish says, I suppose if you don't compare to Garmin or Lowrance, the image is fair. Agree? I guess I would need a little, because say I haven't been on the boat, so I haven't seen Lowrance personally. And Garmin, the person that I was on the boat with, to me, they were comparable. But yeah, I mean, I would say I would need, in order to actually say that, I would need more experience with Garmin and Lowrance specifically in order to say that. So based on what I know and what I'm able to do with the Mega Live system without using Garmin and Lowrance, I mean, I've been getting great results with the Mega Live system. So I hope that is a good answer to that question for you. So yeah, I mean, of course, everybody hears great things about Garmin, but I have not been on anyone's boat that I have seen a major difference with it. So with mine, I use a 12-inch screen. The boat that I was on that had Garmin had a 9-inch screen. So it's not, so we didn't really compare apples to apples with that. So I can't really give a accurate assessment with that. All right, so let's see. Michael Jenkins says, trying to learn something. Michael Jenkins trying to learn a little fishing. All right. Sounds good. All right, one more fish says, I fished as a non-boater on Truman with a guy that had Garmin. It was night and day difference than mine. All right, so yeah, I mean, so I hear things like that. And to me, a lot of the guys, and see, I have people that send me images, they're like screenshots and video clips while they're on the water with their Mega Live system whenever they're trying to get things dialed in. And I've actually walked a few guys through getting their system dialed in to where they could track their lures right there in real time through Instagram. And so they may start off seeing things a certain way, but by the time we finish, they're actually getting a better image and they're able to differentiate between the structure, the cover, the fish, the noise on the screen, get things dialed in a little better. So yeah, it to me, it's just kind of hard to tell. And if you could, I mean, there's my Instagram down there. Send me some of the screenshots that you were getting. I just want to see some of those comparisons. And also, if some of you guys have those Garmin systems or Lowrance, hit me up. Send me some screenshots to my Instagram. I'd definitely be interested in seeing exactly what you're seeing, so I know what my competition is actually out there seeing whenever I'm out there on the water. All right, so let's see. Shimano Shane says, I've seen a real fish in his lure getting bit. Yeah, I mean, so I see that all the time. So, and actually, let me go ahead and read one more of these things. Let's go ahead and get into the footage. Let's go ahead and get back into this footage, guys. All right, so one more. The Chicken Hawk. He says, maybe if you bless a friend, then that TargetLock blessing may come back. So Chicken Hawk wants to be blessed with a brand new, never opened, still in the box, Mega DI Humminbird 10-inch unit. That is the blessing that he is talking about. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back into this video clip. All right, let's see. All right, just trying to remember what this clip was. I think this may have been, okay, there it goes. I'm casting that top water bait. You can see it right across the screen. At the top of the screen, it started coming in around 60, 65 feet. And what I'm doing here is, I knew top water season was going to be coming up, guys. So I wanted to make sure that I could track that top water bait. And I was changing the angles on the...
All right, let's take a look at the settings real quick. All right, so we have Mega Live pinging on. Mega Live mode is forward. I have my forward display mode set to 30 degrees. Auto sensitivity and contrast is off. Sensitivity is at 18. Contrast is at 16. Dynamic contrast is low. I have the range set on around 110 feet on that one. The down range is set on 30, and I was using color palette 3. Persistence is set on low.
All right, let me just pause that real quick just so I can explain
I got
something.
pulled down in there.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, so what I was saying with that, I believe that was it could have been a popper. I can't remember exactly what type of top water bait it was. It was like either a walking bait or a popper or something like that. But the goal, what I was looking for with that, was to be able to cast that bait out to maybe say 100 feet or so and start bringing it back towards the boat and see at what point I could actually start tracking that lure. So let's say I'm say 80 feet away from the fish. I cast all the way out 100 feet. I can see that bait hit the water. And as it's moving towards the fish, I can see the reaction of those fish. When top water season comes, it's already came, guys. So I have some footage that I'll be putting out also whenever I was in some tournaments and just out there fishing, getting some footage for you guys where I was actually using this once I got everything set up. But I wanted to make sure I had the angle right on the transducer itself, and then adjust the angles in the settings itself on the transducer. So that was basically what that little clip was about. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up the next one, and let's just see if you guys have any questions. All right, no questions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next clip.
And broke off. It was a decent fish. Didn't get a chance to see it, but wish I had got that one to the boat. But there you go, guys. If any of you guys are interested in seeing what kind of cover and structure.
All right, so that was the pretty much the same clip, but at the same brush pile as one of the previous clips, but just at a different time. So I was getting some bites from those fish and just wanted you to take a look at that. So if you guys have any questions about that one, go ahead and pop that in the comment section, and let's go ahead and keep taking a look, see what we have next.
Over here on sonar and down here on the 360.
Okay, actually, here we go, guys. Okay, so the video clip was just starting back over, so that's what that was. All right, so those were the on the water clips that I pulled up for tonight, and I have some other ones where I'm actually casting the baits out, different baits, tracking those from different distances, different water depths, things like that. And that was kind of just getting in preparation for tournaments and just to bring footage to you guys just to see if maybe some of that footage will help you out, because a lot of guys were saying that they could not track their baits out to a certain like depth and also a certain distance from the boat. So, and actually there's, hold on, let me pull this back up real quick because there should be some footage in here where I was, let me just take a look, guys. There should be some footage in here where I was tracking the baits out at a farther distance. Yeah, I think I accidentally moved it back. So let's see. Let me just get back to where we were at before. Yeah, so that we weren't finished yet, guys. I kind of lost my place.
The range set on around 100 feet on that one.
Let's see.
The down range. All right, let's take a look at the settings real quick. All right, so we have Mega Live pinging on. Mega Live mode is forward. I have my forward display mode set to 30 degrees. Auto sensitivity and contrast is off. Sensitivity is at 18. Contrast is at 16. Dynamic contrast is low. I have the range set on around 110 feet on that one. The down range is set on 30, and I was using color palette 3. Persistence is set on low. There's my bait. You can see the fish coming down over towards it. Let me put that persistence mode back on.
All right, just real quick
here on sonar.
I lost my place again, guys. Hold on, bear with me. Let me get back over here. So yeah, that's what I did last time. I actually clicked on it. Okay. All right. So real quick, guys. So just take a look. There's some glare on the screen on this one, but if you pay attention, you can see my bait. I'm trying to see how far out that cast was, where that brush pile is at, where those fish are at, and you can actually see those fish leaving the brush pile. And what I do is I would turn the persistence mode on, so that way you can see that trail behind, and you can actually see those fish coming out and following the bait. So I do that. Basically, it helps me out, and it should, give you guys a better perspective in order to see those fish moving. So let's go ahead and take a look, and let's see if you guys can see it.
There's my bait. You can see the fish coming down over towards it. Let me put that persistence mode back on.
And I think that's out at about 60 to 65 feet. And you can see all of those fish following that bait.
Look at all of those fish.
All right, so that was another good clip right there, guys. All right, and
look
this
at
right
that
here is a
big
bait ball.
That's what they're down there feeding on, guys. So you can see the bait right there, and you can see the fish following them around.
All right, on that one, that was just a quick clip. That just showed my bait coming through that bait ball, and then you can see the fish actually leaving the bait ball. And this was during a time where the fish were not really biting that well, so I was getting a lot of followers. So the footage looks good for me as far as being able to show you guys, different things that you can see what you can track on that live system. But as far as catching fish, I mean that time of the year when I was out there, it just wasn't a good time for them to be biting. All right, so let's go ahead and keep moving and take a look at this one. So this is the clip that I was just telling you about. So right now, if you take a look at it, I have it set on down mode. So I'm just going to be jigging a spoon, because with this, I had a subscriber that was saying he was having problems tracking his bait at 30 to 40 feet or something like that. So I think I set my depth around 50 feet or so, just so I could show him that for me, I could track it. I have my spot lock on, so it is kind of moving around. I would eventually have to take that off, but just keep in mind with this one, guys, I'm dropping a spoon down here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Before we can track that spoon down, you can see that spoon falling. I have this thing on spot lock, and it kind of moved off of my spot.
All right, you can see those fish down there right in the center of the screen, right above the
I lost track
bottom.
of my bait. All right, now that is a big fish, guys.
All right, so what happened is I saw those fish down there.
I don't know what kind of fish
and you can see me trying to fight and get him out of there. I couldn't tell if he was stuck in some cover or something at first.
Has to be a striper.
But now you can see that fish coming up. And right now he's right at 40 feet. You can still see the other fish down there sitting right at 45 to 50 feet. There's another one sitting right on the bottom.
See that fish coming up right there? You see him on the screen. And let's see what this is. It is a bass.
All right, look down there. Now you can see about 3 or 4 more fish down there at the bottom. All right, so any questions on that, guys? To me, that was some good footage. I went out there. Let me just pull this up. So I went out there for the purpose of answering that question for the subscriber, which was, am I having issues tracking my bait once it gets down to a depth of, say, 30, 40 feet? They were having that issue. And I believe this was actually on version 1.150. So what I'm able to do now actually looks better than that footage. And that's another thing to make sure you keep in mind, guys. All of this footage is not on the current update. So what I'm seeing now is actually better in person than what we're seeing on some of these video clips. So at the time, like I said, I'm out there making the best of what I have. And of course, a lot of you guys know, once that 1.170 version came out, I mean, that was a real game changer for the Mega Live system. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and pull this back up and see if we have another clip after that. Yeah, we have a few more clips, guys, that we can take a look at. Let me just take a look at these questions real quick. Let's see. So Stephen Walden says, was that a drop shot? So on that clip right there, that was a spoon. And then on the previous clip, you may have been asking about that one. That was probably a spy bait that I was throwing whenever those fish were following right behind it. I was reeling it very slow just to try to get, try to see what type of reaction the fish would have, just see how the fish behavior was for that day. So that was more than likely a spy bait on that one. All right, so one more fish says, yeah, I'd give my left nut to have those images. Like I said, I'm on my way. Oh man, not a left nut, man. Okay, I mean, you still have one more, but I don't know, man. That's kind of a that's kind of a high price to pay. But I get what you're saying. So from what you have seen so far, are the images that you were saying whenever you were comparing it to the other systems, whether it's Garmin or Active Target from Lowrance, do they still seem like they're ahead of that, equivalent, or just what is your perspective on that? We have Stephen. He's getting me laughing a little bit because I'm thinking about your comment. But yeah, so what is your what are you thinking from what you've seen so far? I have a few more clips that I'll play for you guys. And again, some of these things I do not have it dialed all the way in. And keep in mind, guys, I have another live stream. You have to go back and look at this. It's a live stream that I did with Big Jim Fishing. So make sure you check out Big Jim Fishing's channel. He runs Solix units, and he definitely puts in the time to get his units dialed in. I was able to bring him in for a live stream and actually go over some of the settings that he uses and bring up some of that footage. So I will put that link in the description also for anybody watching it on the replay, that you can go back and watch that later. But all you really have to do is just go to my channel. If you go to www.moneybass.com, it will take you straight to my YouTube channel, and just go to the live section and you will see the live stream I did with Big Jim. I think that will help a lot of you guys also, especially if you have Solix units. All right, so let's go ahead and, well, let me see. I have one more. Is that landscape mode? Almost look down perspective. Okay, so correct. That was not landscape. I do have, hold on just a second. So I do have a video that I completed where I compared the landscape mode versus the 360 mode. That is a very popular video. All right, guys, I'll put a link for that one in the description also, but I will put that so guys can go back and watch it on the replay. But if you search YouTube Mega Live landscape versus 360, my video should be the first one that comes up. And I would say that is definitely a good video to watch because it will help you with some of the settings on that also. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and step through. We have a little bit more time on this
Than 10 feet
video
on that
clip.
one. The down range is set on 30, and I was using color palette 3. Persistence is set on low. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with this 10XD. This is so we can gauge. I mean, you know, this is kind of a big bait, but this will give us something to start off from to give us a gauge. So I have the distance set out at 90 feet. I'm going to try to cast past 90 feet and bring it into the picture. And let's see how soon we can start seeing this on the screen.
All right, there we go. So for that one, I was able to start seeing that one come into the screen around 75 feet. And it looks like it became very clear around, I would say, what was that, 55 feet or so. So that one I started seeing it around 85 feet. There it goes coming across the screen. So that one was a little better cast. And keep in mind, guys, I'm out here with these waves kind of pushing me around. So it's, at that time, I was kind of having a hard time keeping the that beam from the transducer lined up with the cast. So I'm kind of trying to record, keep that my foot on the foot pedal to keep everything lined up. Just kind of a lot going on. So I think I did pretty good based on the conditions. All right, there we go. So we can see that one come into play. And keep in mind the other thing, guys, for this, I'm not out here trying to catch fish. I'm just out here trying to get some footage so I can bring it back and show it to you guys, just so you can have an idea of what I'm seeing out on the water and compare it to what you guys are actually seeing. All right, you can see some fish right down there at the bottom of the screen. I think on this, okay, and there's my bait. I can see it coming right above those fish. Let's see if they go up and take a look at it or not. Nope. But another thing that this is good for, I mean, that's a 10XD, and you can see that it was going down to about 20 feet. So you can see that in real time. So if you actually are looking to try to get that crankbait a little deeper and you want to change that line, maybe I was throwing it out on maybe 10-pound line probably. So if I downsize it to 8, maybe I will get another 2 to 5 feet off of that. But all right, so that is all of the video clips that I brought up. Just wanted to show that to you guys because I know a lot of people were having issues with getting their units dialed in, and I still get a lot of a lot of people reaching out to me for that specific reason. And from what I found, people that aren't having, I would say, electrical issues or just issues with the system in general, they're not able to tell the difference. They may think that they're having some issues, but they're getting the noise on the screen. It's because they have not actually got everything dialed in. They're not used to changing that contrast, that sensitivity, and some of the other settings that are in there that will allow them to get those better pictures. All right, so let's see what we have over here. Let's go ahead and pull up a few more. Let me change this out real quick, guys. Get everything set back up real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, so one more fish says Garmin still better. Sorry. Okay. So he's still sticking with that Garmin. Okay. So like I said, for me, I need to go out on someone else's boat with the I guess a similar setup to mine. Like I said, I was on a boat with someone who had a 9-inch screen. I have a 12-inch on mine, so I kind of alternate between a 10 and a 12. Sometimes I will actually put my live imaging on the 10 and the 12 at the same time so that I can kind of change the settings on one versus the other, and that kind of helps me out also. But yeah, so he's sticking with that Garmin. All right, as long as you're getting the job done. So for me, with what I'm able to do with the live system, I feel good about the results that I'm getting with that. And also, I pretty much already had Humminbird set up on my boat and wanted to stick with the one boat network. And that is another thing to consider, guys. If you're already a Lowrance guy, or you're already a Garmin guy, you're already a Humminbird guy, switching everything up or alternating between different units, it could be a little more costly if you already have a particular setup. So that is definitely something that people need to keep in mind as far as your budgeting, and just kind of map out your entire setup before you run out and start buying certain things, because it would be terrible to run out and buy a certain screen and then find out that you could have got a better deal on this other screen, or maybe it would have been more economical to get a different setup altogether. So always keep that in mind, guys, because right now, as you can see from what I have shown you, what you can see with that Mega Live system is, I mean, you can definitely catch fish with that. I catch fish with that on a regular basis. So what is the cost versus the reward if you change to a different system is something else to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm definitely interested. Send me some of those screenshots. I want to see some of you guys screenshots. My Instagram is down there at the bottom. All right, so let's see. Walleye Slayer. We have a Walleye Slayer in the house tonight. All right, so he says, looking pretty cool. Thanks for your service. I use Garmin, but that's looking pretty sexy. All right. I appreciate that. Sounds good. So let's see. Looking pretty cool. Thanks for your service. Yeah. Thanks for the service. Appreciate it. Pointing to the wrong side. Yeah. Appreciate that. All right. And then let me see. Garmin's looking. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, with me, I mean, that's what I know is the Humminbird Mega Live. So I make it work the best that I can based on everything that I have. And like I said, for me, I get great results. I'm hoping that this information is helping you guys out, because I know this is something that a lot of people are interested in. I get a lot of questions about this, and whenever I put out that information, I get a lot of replies on my Instagram, on my in my email, and of course in my comment section. And I really appreciate the support and everybody getting active in the comment section, guys. All right, so we've been going for about an hour. So again, let's see. Well, I know Chicken Hawk was a little busy. I'll drop the link in here again real quick. If anybody wants to come up, maybe I'll take up 1 or 2 people. If not, then we will go ahead and close it out in just a minute. Just want to make sure that I do not miss anyone's questions. And I know on yesterday's live stream, there was somebody asking about, I believe it was Lake Lanier. So I will be heading out to the lake, starting to get more on the water footage. So if you wanted to know what I'm doing out there on Lake Lanier, make sure you stay tuned, follow the channel, subscribe, and don't forget, hit the like button. And that way you can, stay up on my activities and stuff while I'm out there on the water. All right, one more fish. After looking at this, I'm convinced I have a rigging issue. Thanks, bud. All right, there we go. Man, that right there, to me, I mean, that makes me feel good that I'm able to help somebody else out. And, I mean, to me, I think just by reading that comment right there, after looking at this, I'm convinced I have a rigging issue. Thanks, bud. So for me, I just have a feeling that is making you have a little more confidence that however you were feeling before you watched this it has given you a little bit of relief and let you know that, good times are on their way. Because if it is a rigging issue, once you make those adjustments, then you will be just fine. And also make sure you look in the description area, because I did put some information down there as far as exactly, I kind of walked through everything I did, the equipment that I purchased. I got stuff from Home Depot, Amazon. I have those links down there. So just take a look and just kind of compare it to what you have and how you set your system up. And there's also that on-off switch that you need for your Mega Live system. And I mean, it's a real nice looking button that is easy to set up, and it will allow you to turn that Mega Live transducer on and off. So anytime that you, like how you were getting those freeze ups, you may have, if you don't have that on off switch, then you would have to actually turn your unit off, reboot your whole unit and everything, which takes more time. And then if you're in the middle of a tournament or fishing or something, you have to turn your unit off. That really disrupts everything. That on off switch will really help out, because now you can just reach down there, turn that switch off, and just reboot the transducer itself instead of the entire unit. All right, guys, just checking it out. I see there are no more comments. I hope you guys have enjoyed the information that I have provided to you this evening. Please, as always, make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. And stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting out videos just about every day. And I have some shorts that I put out also. Shorts are maybe like 10 to 15 second long videos, just kind of for entertainment purposes. Some of those are educational also. Make sure you guys click on those. Just continue to support the channel. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, always drop some information down in the comment section. I try to reply to all of my comments to help everybody out the best I can. All right. And one more fish. Hey, man, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you stopping in to check out the live stream. And I feel good that there's at least one person. And hey, that's all we can, one person at a time is all we need to help each other out on the water. Because that's basically, to me, what this channel is about. You never know how much time someone has to spend out on the water. So some people only have 1 day a month, 2 days a month, 2 days a month. And when they get out there, you never know how much time that they would I'm laughing because I'm kind of looking at the comments at the same time, but you never know how much time someone has on the water, or what anyone's financial situation is, health situation is, or anything like that. So if you can get out there on the water, to me, I want you to enjoy it the best you can with the time that you have out there on the water, because who knows, you may get out there one time. Do you want to go out there that one time with that month and come back and say, man, it was tough out there. I didn't catch anything. I may have got one bite. I mean, who wants to hear that? I'd rather hear somebody come and say, man, I went out there and I killed it. Well, man, what did you do? How did you kill it? Man, they were hitting that fish head spin, or man, they were on that shaky head. This is how I did it. I went to, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's more fun to me to hear someone's great experience on the water than to hear that they went out and, things didn't work out for them and they're kind of down, especially if you have invested all of these funds in your boat, your electronics, your equipment, and everything. So let's look out for each other, guys. Let's look out for each other. It's not always about winning. I mean, we can win in other ways. If we help somebody out and that brings them a win, then we can share that enjoyment and excitement with them. All right, guys, I really appreciate you supporting the channel. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. Let's see. Let me pull up a few more of these comments real quick. Wanted to hear from Chicken Hawk a little more. Man, Chicken Hawk is out there running. Let me drop this link. One more time. Because Chicken Hawk, he run. I mean, he's chicken. Is he more of a chicken or more of a hawk? Is he hawking or chicken? Which one is he doing? All right, let's see. That link is in the chat, guys. Let me drop it one more time. Let's see. So, all right, Stephen Walden, where you at? There we go. He says, good job, buddy. All right, really appreciate it. Yeah, so to me, this was a great live stream because I feel like we helped somebody out. Guys, we have a problem. Guys. We have somebody that has stepped into the backstage. let me shoot through these things real quick. So we have WC says, thanks, man. Good stuff. All right. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm about to bring Chicken Hawk up, but I want to read through these comments real quick to make sure I don't miss anybody. One concern for you, Logan Martin. That's Chicken Hawk. Man, he keeps talking about this Logan Martin. We're gonna have to make something happen on that. All right. S. George says, thanks for the info. All right, really appreciate it. Stephen Walden, drop shot frog. Uh-oh, amen. You gotta watch that. Man. All right, let's see. We have S. George says, uh-oh. Let me see. The Hawk says Logan Martin. Uh-oh. Okay, let's go ahead. And without further ado, who do we have stepping onto the scene? Who is
Look here, man.
Who is
I'm
this?
all Hawk, okay? And you know what Hawks do. You know how Hawks handle their business.
Oh, Hawk.
We swoop down, we handle the business, and then we go do what we got to do. So if you want to do something, see me on Logan Martin.
Logan Martin, man, let me see, man. Wait a minute. We have S. George, and I think I know who that is. I need him to take some notes. How about that? All right, can you take some notes on this? We're going to have to take some notes. S. George, go ahead and break out that notepad. So tell me, what are we talking about on Logan Martin? What are we talking about here? Let's see. What you talking about?
What you want to talk about?
Well, I think it's already in the notes. So we're gonna have to put something together for the peoples, because they see Chicken Hawk always chasing after me, just won't leave me alone, just harassing people.
Hey, I'm not harassing people. But yeah, I'm gonna handle some business with Logan Martin like I normally do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like I normally do.
So that's
you have all your little binoculars up under the water, all that.
Oh, I gotta have binoculars.
All that. I'm gonna have my power poles. I'm gonna sit there and just handle business.
Man, what you gonna do with power poles? Those ain't gonna help you catch no fish.
Hey man, if you know where the fish are, man, all you need to do is sit still. Sit still and set hooks. Okay, two things: sit still, set hooks.
Okay. So that's what it's gonna be. We're gonna have to get a camera on Chicken Hawk boat. I want to see how Chicken Hawk set the hook. I ain't never seen Chicken Hawk set the hook before. I want to see what this look like. I want to see what's happening out there on the water.
Just don't call Peter, man, because those fish they come out, their mouth be all crooked. Because when I set the hook, I set it.
Oh, okay. You got that super hook set. So we're gonna have to talk about a little bit something about. We're gonna have to get with our mediator. Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation with the mediator and see what he comes up with, and then we can get this thing set up. All right.
So let me ask. Here's a question, though, or the serious question, though. Since you, Mr. Humminbird, man, and I'm hearing all this. I'm hearing other people talk about Garmin. If you just look at the price of a bundle, I can get a Garmin bundle for $2,100. Okay. Or you can get Mega Live, and then you'd have to get, let's say I want to get a 10-inch screen.
Okay. So that bundle comes with a 9-inch screen, though, right?
No, there's a bundle that comes with a 10-inch screen.
With a 10? Now. And how much is that?
Yeah. $2,100.
21. Okay.
So you can get a bundle with of Garmin,
right?
Live Scope with a 10-inch screen, or you can buy $1,500 Mega Live, and then what is it? A $1,400 if you want a 10-inch screen.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But actually, you can get the one without the transducer, so it'll probably be a little less. I think it may be $100 less or something like that. I think it's called a CHO or something like that. So so you're sitting. Yeah, so it's what's that, about $600 more, something like that?
Yeah, so you $2,700.
Right. Yeah.
$2,700. So is the Mega Live $600 better? Because that's really the ultimate question.
So that's what I was me and what was it? One More Fish. We're kind of, was it One More Fish? Who was that was saying about the farm? Yeah. So that, to me, what I would say is get on that other boat. And I mean, just like a thing where you just have to kind of weigh your pros and cons. because of course people are going to look at their budgeting. That of course that's, well, I mean, I can't say of course, some people out there just, you know, saying they just out there making it rain. But yeah, so budgeting, you want to take that into consideration. And then like what we were discussing earlier, I can't remember when we were saying, there was something that you and I were talking about where we were discussing something that would be a $200 or $300 difference or something like that earlier today. I can't remember, but so for instance, if you mix your units, like some people do have Humminbird, and then they'll add Garmin onto it, but now you don't have the one boat network. So if that difference in clarity that people are saying that have the Garmin systems, you do you follow what I'm saying? So how much of a difference is that clarity? And see, I don't really know that yet. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint, for me, I see what I can do with the Humminbird. I mean, I don't see what there is that I can't do with that Mega Live system that maybe the Garmin can yet. So I can't really answer that question. I would want to see something side by side. And I remember Fish the Moment, Johnny with Fish the Moment, he did something some months ago, but that was back when Humminbird was on the 1.130 update. You know what I mean? So since then they've done 2 updates. So it would just be, you know, just kind of weigh your pros and cons, that price that you're talking about. And then of course, you know, that one boat network. So if what you're saying, you would just have the unit up front, right, with the Garmin, but it's not going to be talking to anything at the console. So if you mark something at the console and run up front, right, and you run up front, now you're not going to be able to just transfer that waypoint. You may be able to take that. I mean, and so as far as
I can have I have another Humminbird up front. So I mean, I'll see my waypoint. It's just on the live imaging. You just won't be able to see anything there. So okay. Dedicated to just live imaging.
Yeah, okay. So and then the other thing that I'm thinking is like whenever I'm using my Mega Live imaging, since all of my stuff is connected, I mark a lot of waypoints using my live imaging, and then it will show up on my unit right below that with the 360, and it'll show at the console. You follow what I mean? So whenever you're marking those waypoints, so it's just you know, it's kind of like you just have to look at all of those things that would make when you're saying like, yeah, this is why the Garmin is better, or this is why Lowrance is better, and this is why Humminbird is better, and just look at the cost versus what you're getting for that cost. Because I mean, and see, this is another thing that you don't take into consideration. If you were to ever win one tournament, the funds that you gain from that, that difference, you get it back right away. So I mean, so I see, I know that's like a foreign thought or foreign thing to a lot of people, but you can actually, when we fish these tournaments, you win money from those. I mean, I know. And those funds can be reinvested back into that equipment. So
I do understand we win money.
You may look and say, man, you know, I can save $1.52 if I just get this thing over here. But hey, man, I mean, when you go out there and you walk across that stage with that check, then you know what I mean? It's all relative.
The way I look at it, you know, is if I could ever get you to come to Logan Martin, then I mean, I can go buy whatever I want. I can just go buy whatever I want.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make Logan Martin happen, but it's gonna have to be. I think that's a 2-hour ride for me. I think.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna make it happen. And listen, I don't want to hear you talking about no. Yeah, man, we gonna put a $10.58 bet on the table for this. Man, I ain't driving 2 hours for 2 gallons of gas.
I mean, what you driving for? How much you gonna drive for? Oh, your sound to drop now, huh? That's right, your mic to drop. That's right. No mic. No mic. Maybe you just scared. I don't know. See, folks, this is what happens when you apply pressure.
All right, here we go. Can you hear me okay now?
When you apply pressure, folks, you see what happens. You apply that pressure.
1 second, 1 second, guys.
That pipe will bust. And that's what just
1
happened.
second. My mic.
I allowed how
mic. Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you now. We hear you now.
Hold on a second.
I broke his mic, people. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's why, I got to be careful with what I do. I got these powers.
Hold on. Here we go. I don't know what just happened. I'm going to have to go back.
Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened.
I see them over here talking about Chicken Hawk took over the show.
I done took over the show, baby, because it's my show.
Don't
own thing. You hear me? That's how we roll.
Listen,
that's how we roll.
Listen. Don't let Chicken Hawk come in here and feed y'all a bunch of mess. All right, so hold on. Let's see what let's take a look at a few of these comments over here. So we have, let me see. Oh, but first of all, our mediator says he has pen in hand, so we can go ahead and do some negotiations. Red Boat says, Chicken Hawk, let me see. Love you, Chick. We call our brother Wayne Chicken.
There it is, baby. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Don't be trying to come on here and get some fans. Don't. That is inappropriate for this live stream. All right, and we have Treya checking in. All right, really appreciate it. Hey guys, if you guys want to know how to set up Turo, that is somebody that's working on Turo right there. I check out her channel, so just check out her channel. It's the Real Estate Apostle. She is doing some Turo stuff, has some great information. Just make sure you check it out, because yeah, she's dropping some gems over there. All right, so let's see. S. George says he can't wait. Yeah, so we need to get this documentations down and written up. All right, so we got a lot of comments coming in here. Let me try to get caught up real quick. All right, so we have Paul checking in. What is going on? Good to have you back to the live stream. What's going on, Money? Finally caught your live feed. All right, yeah, really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. All right, we have Nerda. Hey, what's going on? All right, we have some of my my mastermind people checking in. All right, Red Boat says, yes, sir. Low blow. Okay, I apologize.
You gotta hit them low, then you hit them
high. I apologize, Chicken Hawk. I didn't mean to slide.
You ain't hit me low. You didn't hit me low. I broke your mic.
All right, Trey says, go ahead, money bags. Yeah, I'm about to bag up some money on Chicken Hawk. That's what's about to happen.
You better bring a bag of money. That's what you need to do.
All right, S. George says Gunnersville is coming up on the schedule. Man, look, I'm gonna be at Gunnersville anyway. You only 10 minutes from Gunnersville. That is your lake. Okay. Gunnersville is your lake. So let's go ahead and make it happen on Gunnersville.
Hey,
how about
that? How they say, ain't nothing stopping but air and opportunity. There go the air. Okay, we can make it happen. It don't make me.
All right. Let's see what Debbie's. Oh man, the Hawk just took over the show. Yeah, I saw you trying to take over the show. Baby, man. Ain't no taking over.
Broke your mic and took your show.
Oh man, Chicken Hawk. This is the second time you did that, coming in here disrupting the show, man. Hey, man. I would say this is the after hours. The show is over. We just been disrupted. That's what this is. All right. So Red Boat says $100 bet. What you think about that, Chicken Hawk?
Okay.
I knew it. I knew that you was gonna think that was okay. Man, that ain't okay. $100.
Well, I mean, what is that? What you looking for?
Man, that's some chores money. I mean, what we doing? Just washing some dishes? Be like, what's going on with that? I just wanted to see what you were gonna say.
I mean, the question was asked. I answered the question.
All right, look, we got the mediator. Let's see. The Hawk has taken over the live stream. We can't let this happen again. I need to go ahead and get this cable fixed on my mic. All right, and then we had Trey says, "Thank you, MoneyBass." All right, good looking out. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have to get something set up. Let's do a little bit of camping. You know what I'm saying? Let you roast some marshmallows, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna drink my little Jack. Yeah, I'm gonna drink my Jack. I'm gonna drink my Jack.
So you really think
I'm gonna bust your head? Then the next night I'm gonna drink my Jack in celebration.
You really think that's what you need to be doing?
That's the way I'm gonna do it. That's the way I'm gonna do it.
No, man, I don't know if you need to do all that. I think you need to focus.
Need to focus. Like I said, all I have to do is focus for about 3 hours.
Let me see. March, April, May, June, July. It's been about 180 days, man.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. My boat has been down. My boat's up now.
Oh, okay. It's
my
the
boat's
boat.
up now.
It's the boat's fault. Okay.
The boat is up now. So don't you worry about all that.
All right, we have Red Boat. Love you guys. We'll tune in much more. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody stopping by and supporting the channel. Yes, we like having fun over here, so we try to give out some good information, have some fun, help everybody get out there and catch fish. I mean, I've been trying to help Chicken Hawk for a long time, so you guys have to forgive me if I don't always succeed in helping people. What was that?
Look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna break the camera next time. You understand? When I came in here,
listen, hold on.
You full force, broke your little mic fell apart. You couldn't say nothing. I had to take over your channel. That's how I do. Goodness. You know, that's how I do. Look, that's what happened. You understand? Everybody, like you might even let's say basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
okay,
like
basketball
examples, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you might play basketball. You might be good until Jordan step on the floor.
Oh, okay. So
and then when Jordan step on the floor, now you don't know how to dribble. See, that's what just happened. That's what just happened. We were talking about bringing it to Logan Martin, and then you saw I was serious, and your mic broke.
Oh, you don't have no chance at Logan Martin. I was trying to give you a chance on Gunnersville because that is your lake.
Let me tell you something. Because I'm just going to go ahead and have to do this to you. If I see you on any body of water, lake, river, puddle, ditch, it don't matter. It's on. Okay?
All right, it's $50 on site. If you show up at a lake and I'm there, pull out 50.
It's on site.
It's on site. It's on site. All right, y'all heard it. Mediator, I need you to jot that down. It's on site.
On site.
All right, guys. It is getting late. We've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes. Appreciate you stepping up, checking in, Chicken Hawk. Appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Gonna go ahead and head out. Hit the like button on your way out, and I will see you guys on the next video.
All right.